All right, now,
Okay?
Colin, now you heard Snead give the rebuttal here. What do you think of what he just said?
Well, there's a lot he said, and I appreciate you calling me homeboy. I really do appreciate that. And I'll call you Mister. I'll call you Coach. It doesn't matter to me. And I appreciate your viewpoint on it too. And I know it seems like you worked in a school. I highly doubt that they were Republicans in the school because it's usually liberal based or Democrat based. And from what I could tell these days, look. All I know is what I felt, and that was the economy, and that was the crash, and he was driving behind it. And as much as I like Mr. Obama, and I loved all his wonderful job he did with the health plan and all that, I really do appreciate that. I respect what he did. I respect the man, too. I got no issues with that. I don't have to sling mud or I've got a name call. But you're a teacher or you worked in a school, whatever you did, you're shielded by your tenure or whatever you had. Us people who actually work out there, and I know you get your summers off, and God bless you, but some of us actually have to work through the summer, and we do architectural and design work. And when we're paying a lot of money for gasoline, and that's stopping all the vehicles from delivering materials, and you can't do design, and then fiscal budgets are dropped, I know you have no idea about that because all you know about is what comes around, a couple of times a year for your budgets that have got to be voted in.
Go ahead, Snead.
Yeah, I gotta go because this guy will end my radio career.
No, go ahead. No, Snead. Let talk to him.
You'll end it yourself.
So you got no. So
talk to him. Talk to him.
I don't get my summers off. Okay, I don't get my summers off. So that's a point you have no earthly idea what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The complete
and I'm not a homeboy.
And if you know anything about Virginia, homeboy, the bottom half of the state is completely Republican. It's not liberal at all. So for you to say that the teachers would have... Hold on a minute.
What state are you in?
The teachers, hold on a minute. With liberal and Democrats, you're wrong again. Because that's not the case. That was not the case at all. You're not rooting in facts, man.
What state are you in?
Excuse me?
What state are you in?
That's not even has anything to do with you not knowing what you're talking about.
I'm located. What state are you in? That's your local state. No, you're in Virginia. Then you're going to have a heavy red environment.
Listen to me. No, so you wrong now. Okay,
no,
the state goes one way, but the state is cut in half. It's cut right in half, right across the top of Richmond, the capital. And one piece of the state goes one way, and one piece goes. As soon as you cross that line, it goes the other way. But again, that has nothing to do with the information you're giving. That's not correct. And I'm glad this time period has you doing better for yourself. Okay, but I'm saying Republicans tend to sit on two sides of the line. This country is so great. All you got to do is pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and be willing to work. And then as soon as it don't work for you, somebody else took your success.
Blame the Democrats on that one because they're very upset that Mr. Trump is in office, and they've been crying since day one, fabricating theories. So I'll tell you right now, we got a great president. I support him 100%. And you know what? If I had a Democrat in the office and he was a good man, I'd support him 100% too. Do I know what I'm talking about?
I do not support him.
In a school.
I do not support him. I have a tough time calling him a great man. I don't see the greatness in what you see. I don't see the greatness as a commander-in-chief. When you talk to people...
well, you're a sore loser. That's really what it is.
Excuse me?
You're a sore loser.
He said you're a sore loser, Snead. That's what he said.
But see, for him to say I'm a sore loser, is that to say I'm mad because Hillary Clinton's not the president?
She would have been worse.
You're just mad. You're just mad, and you're angry at a guy who's doing the job, and you're very upset by it. And you know what?
I'm not angry, buddy. Let me tell you something. I'm not angry. I'm not upset, and I ain't mad. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I'm gonna sleep good tonight, knowing that the president of the United States is proven to be an idiot. He's proven that. He don't need no help from me. He don't need no hate from me. He don't need no disgust from me. It's proven. He does it very well. There's nothing Darian Snead to say that can pinpoint anything. This guy goes out of his way to prove any and everything. And I wish I was wrong. I've said on this show, and I've said many times, I wish I could support him. Okay? I can't get to his politics because he's not a good human being. And it's evident constantly.
Cole, Snead has come on. He has been very vocal about respecting that position in the United States. He says he respects the chair, as we say, but he does not respect this man, as you're saying that you do.
Absolutely, but I'm not a fan of Hillary, but I respect her, and I don't care about her, really. I mean, did you think she'd be a better choice, Mr. Snead?
Excuse me?
Did you think Hillary would be a better choice, and she's a good woman?
Let me give you two answers to that question. Do I think she's a better choice than the present president? Yes. Okay. Am I beating my chest on how great a job I think Hillary would have done? No. I think we would have had our struggles and our complications either or. I think Hillary was missing some things. I think as much as you spend time in politics, and she spent a lot of time in politics, there are going to be some things that's evident to us that's not always evident amongst other people. You go back to Nixon. He was a guy that had a vast background in politics. That gives us more time to evaluate you. But, yeah, I would have supported her in front of Donald Trump. Going into office, there was
she has integrity, and she hasn't pulled any funny tricks with these.
You didn't hear me say that. You didn't hear me say that. You putting words in my mouth. I didn't say that.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. I'm questioning you. I'm not. You
didn't question me. You said, as a matter of fact, your question to me, which I received as a question, is would I have put her before the gentleman that we have as president right now? And I say yes to you, without a doubt. I wouldn't have had to scratch my head. There's a term you've heard. The lesser of two evils, and she was certainly it.
So you think this Mueller investigation was just perfectly on point and justified?
Do I think the fact that they had the investigation was justified?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And you don't think it was created by Hillary and friends?
Listen to me. I don't know who created it, and I don't care. Okay, that's not important to me. What I do know, there was too much, okay, that was believed to be true and understood that was put on the table where an investigation was needed. I don't give a damn who put it on the table, whether it was Hillary, whether it was Joe Smo, whether it was Sammy Davis Jr. It don't matter who put it on the table. There was too much. Collusion was big. You had the CIA say, right, wrong, in between, could have been a lie, that it was collusion. So with that, yeah, we should have looked into it. Without a doubt, we should. The American people had the right to know that this what was or wasn't. That an official investigation, it was right in doing that investigation.
Okay.
All right.
And let me tell you something. If we hadn't done it, it would have always been a topic of issue and confusion. That's what we do. We try to find out the truth. That's what we do.
So it's been resolved. So it's been resolved. It's been.
I don't think it was resolved, but the investigation was complete.
It's complete, and it's been sealed. It's been signed. It's been delivered. It's been sealed. It's been signed. It's been delivered. It's been exploited. It's complete as complete can be.
You said, but the term you used was resolved, and it hasn't been resolved. Okay,
it's resolved because the Democrats continue to perpetuate it. This generation of Democrats is a mutation. It's not the same old Democrats as Kennedy. This is a bunch of crybabies that want their way with an agenda driven by all types that are out there. Whether it's Democrats.
Now let me tell you something. Let me tell you where you've lost your mind. Not too long ago, when the brother in the office, I had Republicans go crazy when the brother put on the tan suit. So when you talk about crybabies, I know who they are all too well. Crybabies. They lit up social media. They had conference calls, meeting. It was all over the radio. You had all the figures of the Republican Party commenting on the president putting on a tan suit. So when you talk about crybabies, I know exactly what the hell you're talking about. I've seen it full-fledged. So I agree with you. Politics has a bunch of crybabies.
Caller, do you have a tan suit?
Everybody should have a tan suit.
All right, so we all agree. We agree on that. Yeah, but is there anything you guys can agree on? Because you haven't agreed on one thing yet.
Well, I don't expect the gentleman to agree with me, and I'm not a guy that needs him to agree with me.
I know.
So it's a couple questions. Number one, do you think the office of the president is being held right now by an honest and just person? No. Do you think it's being held by a person that operates with integrity? No. Do you think it's being operated by a person that's intelligent?
You just asked me a question and you answered them yourself.
No, I was asking myself.
No, you don't have to ask yourself. You asked me a question and then you
answered. But look, you can't tell me what to ask myself, buddy. I can ask me whatever I want to. You can't tell me how to ask or engage myself.
You just answered me a question.
So I don't expect you to agree with me. I don't need you to agree with me. And I'm sure you don't need me to agree with you. But this country right now is being run, or the chair is being held by an unjust person.
What do you think about the squad of misfits that are the man-hating bunch that have some other agenda that are trying to disrupt the politics of the country? in all. Let's take our focus off Trump.
Yeah, I don't know if we need to get into that, gentlemen. For this call right here, we were talking about one thing, and this could go on for days. I mean, this is what.
Hey, listen, I didn't want to bring up politics. I didn't call for politics.
And I'm glad you did, because there's two different viewpoints, and you both gave your opinion, and that's what everyone has. Everybody has an opinion, and. Look, I'm here to give you the platform, and I believe that it's not important what I think. I just want to find, I'm trying to find common ground between you two, because obviously you're polar opposites and you don't agree on anything.
Well, we're not getting married, so we don't.
You're not getting married, I know that. But maybe we don't have to agree on everything. Maybe nobody has to agree. Maybe it's okay that you tell your opinion and my co-host tells his opinion, and we leave it at that. Maybe that's
completely fine. And you know what? Politics isn't for radio. It's not for our brothers and sisters.
What do you talk? That was completely compelling. I don't know what you mean.
No. Well, you know what? A lot of conversation that I do have is compelling, because I care about my conversations, because they're not about me. They're people. And I don't want to focus on politics because it's unnecessary, because it's objective, especially in this time.
All right, Snead, you don't like this guy, do you?
No. Okay, I keep my feelings out of this thing, okay? I try to put my feelings into some stuff that's important. This gentleman disagreeing with me and having very little understanding of teachers and teachers' contract and how they work and the economics of the country.
You're in Virginia. It's a completely different animal down there, my friend.
Hold on, buddy. He asked me a question. I'm trying to answer it. Okay, this is the gentleman with a Latino jumped on the truck and took his job. And so I don't expect to have a Latino that can agree with this gentleman. No Latino that jumped on the truck and took no job from me.
Yeah.
So,
but you don't even know. You haven't even given an example of your experience with illegal immigration. I deal with illegal immigrants all the time. I'm friends with a lot of them.
I agree with you, homeboy. What I said is I can't relate to that. Okay? I can't relate to that. Because what I know is work and results. Okay? So that's what I know. I know get up and get it done. I don't sit back and cry and watch the truck pull off with the Latinos on it, if that even happened. So if you say that happened to you, I can't relate to that. Okay, I grew up on a tobacco farm. And every day on that farm, my goal and dream was, how do I get off here? And I saw education as a way to get up off this farm. And then I fell in love with this sport called football. But at no time, praise God to my father, my grandfather, did I have anybody to point the finger at, no matter how hard it was. Because America being the land the Republicans claim is so great, you pave your way. You don't point the finger at somebody else. Okay? This man that these white folks stole anyway ran the Spanish out, the Native Americans. If you know a little bit about the history, you brought the African Americans and the Chinese over here to build it. And now you're so sensitive that the Latinos can't jump on the truck and go to work.
Yeah, caller makes a good point. Respond to that, caller. That's a great point.
Mr. Snead, you're talking about immigration. You're talking about illegal immigration. I'm talking about a presence of illegal immigration. And now you want to talk about the old days. Yeah, in the old days, okay, we're talking about the 70s. You're maybe a little older than me. I don't know. You're using some young guy, talk by calling me a homeboy, whatever. And you work at a school? Back in the old days, in the 70s and the 80s, when we had to go to work and we wanted to pick something up, we either delivered a newspaper or we did work. We did work like swinging a hammer, being a carpenter, all right? Has nothing to do with the white guy, black guy, Spanish guy, or anything. Has nothing to do. I don't even see color. But when you're walking into a place and the culture has changed so much, impacted by the immigration that is illegal, and it is set up by the people here who want to pay their employees or their workers less money, so they'll take advantage of this illegal immigration. That causes a problem. This isn't something I fabricated. This is something that I witnessed. So this isn't like I watch Fox all day. I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. It's what I've experienced. If I want to go and get a job,
yeah, we're running out of time here, Snead. Let me let you respond to that, because that's an important point.
First of all, he has some valid points, and he's actually correct. Now, first of all, it's ignorant for this man to tell me he don't see color, because I see it. When I walk into a room, I realize I'm a black man, and I'm sure that everybody who sees me knows I'm a black man. So when you live in America and you say you don't see color, I struggle with that, because you be crazy not to. I
don't know what your past is, but I don't have to.
Well, look, let me finish. let me finish. I didn't say you had to, sir. What I said to you, homeboy, okay, I said it very clearly. I struggle with realizing that that's happening here in America. Okay? Now, immigration is illegal. Illegal immigration. It's a misdemeanor. Okay? You cross the border without permission. Okay? It really does. It's not as much as crossing the border. Most people come here legally and stay too long. They stay long enough to turn themselves into illegal. That's what the Uniform Crime Report say. Okay, that's their data. We have come to prove and understand that your president had illegal immigrants working for him in Florida. Okay, he employed them for the same reason you talk about: less salaries, less income. They work less for $1. That's why he employed them. The president, it's been proven he did that himself. So yeah, it's an issue. I'm saying it hasn't been my issue. Okay.
All right, now, guys, we got just a couple seconds left. Let me give the caller 1 minute to wrap up, and then Snead, you got the last word for 1 minute. Caller, go ahead. 1 minute.
Mr. Snead, it was a pleasure talking with you. You're a real gentleman, and it was a great conversation.
All right, that's respectful. Snead.
I know, Casey, I gotta tell you, man. I want to be able to say the same thing, but this guy. But let me tell you something. You gotta look at this thing completely different.
Snead, you say whatever you want, man, and if it has to be bleeped, it will be bleeped.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, you gotta look at this thing completely different. It's easy, okay, for white boys, white gentlemen, white men to point the finger, okay, at all that's wrong, okay. Now, but all the rules have been created by them. Okay, so no black man raised his hand and say, let's do it this way. No Latino man raised his hand and said, let's do it this way. So I'm going to say this, Casey, you're going to have to bleep it out.
Okay, go ahead,
if it's white folks did it. Okay, now I don't think it's you present this country as the land of the free, and that's how I treat it.
All right, okay, hold on. On that,
I think you need to let go of a lot of that white man did it. I'll tell you right now.
This is where it gets interesting.
No, but listen, Casey, he's right. This guy's right.
You're a sore loser.
Wait, how is he right?
This guy's right.
How is he right?
How he's right, Casey.
How is he right?
Okay? I think in life, when you've been scarred, when you've been misused, abused, and knocked down, taken advantage of, when the meat's been put to you, you should let it go. This is the problem with the homeboy. White folks won't let you let it go. As much as you try on a daily basis to let it go. You wake up and get started all over again to let it go. You're constantly reminded of who got their foot on your throat. So if you really wanted me to let it go, white boy, you would let me. But you won't. Society constantly reminds you who you are oppressed by. So every day I try to let it go. I teach letting it go. And then you remind me you got your foot on my throat.
I know, it's me. I actually do, all the way from New York down to Virginia. You know what? You need to move. You need to get a new life. You need to enjoy your life. You need to stop being so bitter and cynical. You need to surround yourself with good people. And you really need to know about what being a good person is. Because it seems like...
hold on. Let me tell you, this is a good man, and I can tell you that. He's a wonder. He does works for kids. I mean, he's awesome. You guys don't agree on politics, but you don't got to attack him. I will tell you that.
We did agree. I agree with him. He said you need to let it go. And I agree with him.
No, I'm saying he don't need to attack you, Snead.
Well, but it's okay, Casey. That's what happens, Casey. That's what happens. I realize that.
Because the deck was created by white people.
Casey, it don't sound good because that's the reality. That's the reality. Okay, the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, see, he don't want to hear that. It's fact. It's written. Those are the Civil War amendments. You had to put in person that all men created equal. Okay? You had to make it a rule.
Yeah, that's a whole another conversation, and I was thinking about that the other day, and it's a huge conversation we need to have. But caller, I gotta thank you for calling in and being honest. I may not have agreed with everything that you said, but you said
completely fine.
But you said it, and there's not many people that can go at Snead and give it back to him because he's probably one of the most articulate and incredible guys that I know. And Snead, thank you very much for letting him speak.
I appreciate him. It's not a big. I thanks for having me.
You live in Long Island, good sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what part?
I don't know. It's the Long Island, right in the middle.
Okay, I'm a fan of Long Island. I love Long Island, by the way. That's one good thing. I love Long Island. Great place.
Thank you. Well,
best piece I ever had in my life.
Olivia, and I appreciate that. And you know what? You're a fellow American, and I don't care what you say. If I see you on the street, I respect you no matter what, and I don't care who you are. So that's the way it goes. So if I can shake your hand right now, I would.
There you go.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, gentlemen.
That's awesome.
Good conversation. And Mr. Snead, have a good night. And thanks for the good discussion that we've had. I appreciate it.
You be blessed, brother.
All right.
Homeboy. Have a good night, homeboy.
All right, guys. We'll be back on 103.9. My thanks to my co-host, Darren Snead, and the caller. We'll be back tomorrow right here on 103.9.